Academy of Art University's Urban Nights Update is next. Coming up, in case you hadn't noticed, holiday shopping season is officially underway. The latest on Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Why more and more young people are having vision problems.
In our entertainment segment, we'll take a look at some of your favorite holiday films.
And if you're a boba tea fan, you won't want to miss out about your go-to drink. All that and more coming up on Urban Nights Update.
Hi there, and thanks for joining us here at Academy of Art University's Urban Nights Update. I'm Ryan Gamboa. Alex Golombuski is sitting in with me, and here's what we're working on. The numbers aren't in for Cyber Monday yet, but it's apparent that holiday shopping is in full swing. Target and Walmart are posing a huge threat to online retailer Amazon this Cyber Monday. A data survey from Edison Trends filing through more than 1 million transactions shows that Walmart and Target have boosted their online sales nearly 50%. While Amazon has only increased 32% as brick-and-mortar stores have been battling online retailers. They're finally investing in e-commerce options. Retailers are realizing that competing with Amazon is not far out of the picture, and stores like Walmart have added many delivery options, including in-store pickup, in-store to home delivery, and a larger online inventory. The gap that Amazon has had over other retailers is starting to close, and the battle for online shopping is heating up even more.
2019 was a year where Black Friday numbers were good for any store in the country. However, most people did their online shopping. According to reports by Fiserv, online shopping went up 82% compared to last year. The most popular items were electronics and appliances, which averaged $214 per transaction. To get a first-hand experience, our very own Gabriel Manitok was able to walk the streets of downtown San Francisco to witness Black Friday.
When you think of Black Friday, you think of great deals, huge crowds, and maybe some chaos. Downtown San Francisco was packed last Friday, even though the weather acted up. You were able to ask a police officer on how things were going in the morning. She refused to be on camera.
Well, it's early, so the crowd is okay right now. People out here have been pretty nice, actually.
Oh, really?
But they do get upset if they can't get into the parking lot. If it's full, then they may want to look at me as why it's full.
So what's the point of throwing yourself here with everyone else if you get the same deals online? We were able to talk to a few shoppers to share their experience.
I came to buy Christmas presents with my family, and we came to look at the lights for the Christmas tree. I chose to come here because things look differently online than in person.
I'm up here in the Bay Area for the first time, and initially here at Union Square, just exploring the area with family. We're actually Black Friday shopping, but for me, I feel like Black Friday is very busy, as you can see. A lot of people walking around and all that, but I prefer to be at home, especially just for the convenience of online deals that have been already out for a couple of days already, and just to avoid like the hassle of finding parking and just avoiding like busy stores like Nike or Apple or like these other stores here.
According to a report by CNBC News, shops said that in-store shoppers were less this year. A prediction done by Statista a few days before hit it right on the nail, saying online shopping would definitely earn more. In San Francisco, Gabriel Manitok for Urban Nights Update.
According to reports by Salesforce, online shopping hit its all-time at $7.2 billion. That's 14% more than last year.
Massachusetts is the newest state to fight e-cigarettes. Governor Charlie Baker signed new laws halting the sale of flavored tobacco and tobacco-flavored vaping products. The law includes a new tax to products sold within state lines. Baker also made comments towards the Trump administration, which has yet to do anything regarding e-cigarettes in the United States. In Massachusetts, Baker set out an emergency order ban on all marijuana e-cigarettes, as 278 Massachusetts residents have been treated for pulmonary issues. The order is set to be lifted December 11th as he has passed the new tobacco laws. Many college students are turning to their schools for help with anxiety, depression, and many other mental health problems. An Associated Press review found more than 36 public universities where students asked for help on campuses. That number has nearly doubled over the past 5 years. Many campuses from Maryland to California and many professionals whose job it is to assist students are burning out due to heavy workloads. For example, a school in Las Vegas, Nevada has 11 licensed counselors for 30,000 students.
With all the factors that can cause mental health issues for students, the holiday season can be an additional trigger. Our own Urban Knights reporter, Galen Manhard, shares his very personal story of his struggle with mental health to show others what it's like.
I have struggled with depression, anxiety, a lot of stuff along those lines, even to the point in the past of suicide, suicidal tendencies and attempts. Mental health is a topic that not a lot of people talk about or want to talk about, but it's an important subject to address. I mean, a lot of people suffer from mental illness and they don't know what to do, that they feel like they'll be judged or thought differently of, or people make fun of them or no one will believe them if they come forward and say they're dealing with the things that they're dealing with. And over 40% of college students admit that they're suffering from mental illness, specifically anxiety, which is probably a huge factor in dealing with a lot of the stress that college students are put under.
There's a major stigma around it, and it's kind of perceived as a bad thing, even though it's so common in society and specifically within college and student athletes. So just talking about it helps lower that stigma and kind of getting that not as common of a thing. And so the more you talk about it, the more open you are about it, helps that. And just knowing that it's okay, knowing that you're not alone, knowing that you have resources you can go to, just really helps.
A lot of times, at least for me personally, anxiety would then lead to depression, which would lead to feelings of worthlessness and feeling alone and feeling like almost like the world would be better off without me. And every day is still a struggle. I mean, I still have a lot of things I talk about, and I still have a lot of issues that I deal with. And for me, a coping mechanism has been alcohol. And it kind of turned me into alcoholic, trying to numb the pain. And I'm here to tell you that there's ways to get around that. Reach out to a friend, call a loved one, go for a walk, go to the gym. Alcohol is, take it from me personally, alcohol is not the best way to cope. Thankfully, I was able to reach out and ask for help, and in doing so, reaching out, that saved my life. Honestly, I was able to get the help I needed.
Mental health is a serious problem that no one should hold in. Reaching out to someone that can help is ultimately what helped Galen Manhard. If you're ever feeling suicidal, please call the suicide hotline at 1-800-273-8255 or go to suicidepreventionlifeline.org.
Nearsightedness among kids is a rising concern. According to Dr. David Epley from the American Academy of Ophthalmology, the number of children needing glasses almost doubled compared to the 1970s. And what may be causing this problem? The expert said screen time is not the only factor. Exposure to sunlight may be a contributing factor, however, no definitive word on what's causing the increase. Do you feel upset or in panic when you can't use your phone? Well, that means you might be addicted to your smartphone. Research from King's College London warns that this smartphone addiction may lead to serious mental health problems. Another research study from BMC Psychiatry supports that addiction can be linked to symptoms such as depression, stress, and poor school performance.
Now, have you ever wondered how a student athlete's life is in a junior college compared to one of a four-year? Our own Gabriel Manitok was able to sit down with Julius Kretzer, a member of the men's golf team, to talk about that transition.
Thank you. We're here with Julius, a member of the men's golf team here at AAU, and is a transfer from New Mexico Junior College. So, Julius, how was the transition coming from a junior college to a regular college?
Obviously, junior college it's very different. I went to a junior college in Hobbs, New Mexico. It was like an oil town, like 50,000 people, and the college had like 1,500 students, so it's a very small college. And then coming to here to San Francisco to a D2 school with like 10,000 students around, it's very different. everything is way bigger, and they have more sports teams here, and yeah, obviously the city it's very different.
So what was the reason for going to like a junior college first rather than, because you can obviously still go to a 4-year college, but was it like just to try to kind of test it out for 2 years and see? How was that thought process there?
Right. No, so my my priorities is always on golf, on the sport. So after I graduated from high school, I played 1 year just golf and played tournaments and bigger European events and like professional events as an amateur. So I wasn't super successful yet, so that's why I couldn't go to a good D2 school or whatever, 4-year school. So that's why we decided to go to a JUCO first and then play in tournaments and get a good national ranking and then get good offers from schools. So it worked out pretty good. I was ranked top 10 in the national ranking. That's why I'm here at such a cool school in San Francisco. So it worked out very good.
So how's the transition now coming? You explained earlier, coming from Hobbs, New Mexico, super different from like San Francisco's city life.
Right.
How are you liking your time here now?
Right. So I'm from a city in Germany, and so I'm used to the city life. So I really like it. I like it when it's busy and a lot going on. You can do a lot, go out with friends, whatever. And yeah, I really missed that when I was in Hobbs, but it was necessary to prepare for golf. It was really good to focus on golf, a lot of practice, don't have any distractions. That's a little more tough over here, but it's it's fun. I love it.
All right, well, Julius, thanks for joining us today.
Sure.
Back to you.
Thanks, Gabe. Coming up, I was able to interview some athletes and see the challenges they face every day. As a student athlete, you miss out on a lot of activities because playing college sports is just like a job.
Being a student athlete is not always the easiest thing to do. It requires you to be up earlier than most people to either go to practice or weights, then still having to go to class. Here at the Academy of Art, the men's baseball team is required to take a bus every morning across the bridge just to practice in Oakland. There are times athletes don't get a chance to shower, get a bite to eat in between practice and class, which is very bad for an athlete competing at a high level. We interviewed some baseball players and asked them what their biggest struggles are being a student athlete here at the Academy.
Being a student athlete at RU is kind of difficult. A main issue we have with being on the baseball team specifically is that we don't have our own field in San Francisco. So there's a lot of travel time between going from Oakland to San Francisco and going back from Oakland to San Francisco. When you have class, you kind of have to pick and choose whether you want to eat first or shower. I mean, if you don't eat, then you smell good for class, but if you don't shower, then you smell bad, but you have a full stomach. So it's kind of like choosing one or the other.
One thing that's a real struggle here is, just being able to have facilities so we can all work it as a team, get together and build that team chemistry, because a lot of the times, other colleges, they have nice campuses, with access to all this other stuff. But most of the time we either walk to Brandon or we have to wait till we have practice to actually get together as a team.
Now that we've heard from some baseball players, let's hear what other athletes have to say about their struggles here at the Academy.
One of the biggest struggles that I think that we encounter as track and field athletes, and not only us, but I know you guys too, is not having facilities that we can go to right away that will get us to our class on time after practice. So like us, I know we practice in Daly City, and yes, it seems like it's right there, but once traffic picks up and we have to get to class, it may take an hour to 40 minutes to an hour to get to class. And once we get to class, they mark us late, but it's not our fault.
Many people tend to forget that athletes are here on athletic scholarships, not academic, which means these student athletes are getting their school paid for based on their athletic abilities, not for academic reasons. Yet, they are held to the same standard as everyone else, but have to do twice as much work, but no one even notices that. You will be surprised on what athletes are put through on a daily basis. No one sees the behind the scenes and the long days and sleepless nights that many athletes have to endure. Here in San Francisco, Alex Golombiewski for your Urban Knights update.
Being a student athlete is not always fun and games. You spend countless hours balancing both sports and your studies.
A new study finds that teen girls who play several sports have lower injury risk than those who focus on just one sport, according to the Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center in Ohio. The study revealed that girls who focused on one sport had a higher rate of hip and knee injuries and an increased risk of knee pain. Researchers said that playing multiple sports could improve multiple muscle patterns that could reduce the chance of getting injured. Former Oakland Raider Terrell Pryor is in critical condition after being stabbed over the weekend. Pittsburgh police responded to a call of a stabbing victim requesting medical treatment at a Pennsylvania hospital. The police are now investigating the situation. Pittsburgh police also found that a female sustained injuries from the altercation. A 24-year-old Shayla Briston was arrested for criminal attempt homicide and aggravated assault. Pryor was also arrested and is facing simple assault charges and is expected to make a full recovery. Seems to be that it is really not the year for the Golden State Warriors. This is after the 3-month-old Chase Center already needs repairs. Because of flooding on Tuesday night, the practice floor started warping. Workers and officials have been on top of the issue, and repairs are going to be done in time for the Warriors, who return on December 6th.
ArtU is the #1 destination of French student athletes who want to combine both sports and study. Martin Cass created USA Project, a consulting agency that fulfills their American dream. Rabah Wali tells us the story in French with English subtitles.
On part loin de chez soi, on apprend à vivre autrement, à se remettre en question, à découvrir de nouvelles choses, à voyager, et ça c'est une expérience unique.
C'est une très grande différence, c'est aussi ce on savait déjà et c'est ce qu'on était venu chercher. Le système est complètement différent. Ici le sport est plus universitaire, donc il y a vraiment une vie, le sport est jeune aux États-Unis.
Au niveau de l'école, au niveau du sport, tout est très différent, donc il faut vraiment accepter de changer son mode de vie, changer sa façon de s'entraîner, changer sa façon de travailler à l'école.
J'ai créé USA Project il y a 2 ans pour aider les jeunes sportifs à intégrer des universités américaines et à obtenir des bourses d'études. Aujourd'hui, ce qui est important pour réaliser ce projet, c'est d'avoir un bon accompagnement et d'avoir un contact avec les coachs. Et ce contact avec les coachs, il est permis, il est rendu possible en se rendant à des compétitions nationales sur des campus. Et aujourd'hui, c'était la raison de ma visite, les championnats nationaux de cross, où j'ai eu la chance de voir une de mes athlètes qui concourait aujourd'hui. Pour moi, pour eux, c'est de revenir avec un diplôme. Donc vraiment apprendre des choses, revenir avec des vraies compétences et un diplôme qui pourra se vendre sur le marché, que ce soit aux États-Unis, en France ou en Europe. Deuxièmement, d'apprendre au niveau sportif, des nouvelles méthodes d'entraînement, de progresser et de revenir avec la maîtrise de l'anglais. Donc c'est vraiment les 3 axes principaux et j'engloberais un 4e élément qui englobe tout ça, c'est l'expérience, c'est l'aventure américaine. À court terme et à long terme, c'est de réaliser des rêves. J'ai énormément de jeunes qui m'envoient des messages, qui me contactent vraiment quasiment tous les jours. Voilà, j'ai un rêve, est-ce que tu peux m'aider?
Je me dis waouh, je suis à San Francisco, j'ai atteint le truc quoi. C'est énorme, franchement c'est une bonne expérience à vivre.
Now for a look at how some of these international students are performing. Let's join 2-time All-American Rashad Williams with the sports segment.
Hi and welcome to the sports segment where we give you all the weekly updates and news. Just like that in a flash, track season is officially here. And here's a look at the track and field season opener.
Kind of loaded us up for this year, so I think we can do something really big at nationals, both the nationals. So yeah, with all our new talent and the talent we've had before.
Pretty young, but I think once they start to figure it out, I think things are going to start to flow and things should fall into place. Talent-wise, we've got the most depth we've ever had. We cover some areas that we haven't covered in the past at a high level. So looking forward to just bringing like that same momentum that we carried from last season, indoor and outdoor, you know, where we did some pretty special things at the national level. And then carrying that over into, you know, being able to compete for a conference championship and national championships.
Our men's basketball team recently faced off against Chico State. Here's a brief recap. Thanksgiving, the game Urban Knights came out hungry, scoring 15 points in the first 5 minutes of the game. RU took a 15-9 lead on 8 straight points from Manilovic, including back-to-back three-pointers. Junior guard Kai Tees got involved soon after with his first deep ball to give the Knights an 8-12 advantage. The Wildcats fired back with an 8-0 run, capped off by Kobe Orr. Kobe Orr's three-pointer with 10-23 in the first half for a 20-18 lead. Manilovic tied the game on a layup shortly after, putting RU ahead 23-22 on his third three-pointer of the half. Another run from the Wildcats gave them a 33-25 lead, but Manilovic struck again, draining a ball from downtown to cut the deficit to a 5-5. The final points of the first half came on a beautiful floater from Tees to chip away at Chico State's 39-33 lead. In the end, the Urban Knights fell and Academy of Art falls to 2-4 on the year. She does it again. My teammate Hasna Courier competed at the regional cross-country meet. Here's what she had to say.
Like to reach the top 5. So when I started the race, I just went the first group and I tried so hard to stay with them. I was very careful. I didn't want to do like last year because last year I started very, very fast and I couldn't finish the race. It was really awful. But this year I learned from last year, so I said I just have to be very patient and careful and just follow the group and see how it's gonna be. Yeah, I was feeling like very good, I had like very good sensation and I knew I was in shape, so I could follow the group. I was following the first group and I had really bad and hard time in the last 2K. So I just tried to run with the mind because physically I was really.
Well, that's all we have for this week's sports segment. This is our last sports segment of the year. Thank you to all of our viewers, and for your support. I'm Rashad Williams with your Urban Knights update. Back to you.
Thanks, Rashad. If you ever feel like you're getting injured too often while participating in sports, it may be because you're not warming up the right way. Our own Selena Arona Alcazar is an elite world-class runner and gives us a special insight into how to properly warm up.
Track and field is more than just a sport, and it takes a lot.
And warm-up is very important before starting.
Everyone knows track is the mother of every sport. With that reason, you cannot start to run without proper warm-up, and this is what we're doing here.
Some people like to start with bridging, that consists in rolling a ball up and down their legs to relax the muscles before running. Starting with the upper body by crossing your right arm and pushing out to your left shoulder and then switch. Now with the hamstring stretches, we're gonna bend down and touch your toes. Now you're gonna bring your heels to your glute for a few seconds and switch it over. Next, we're going to the floor for a pigeon stretch that will help you with your glutes and hamstring. You will change your legs after 10 seconds. After you're gonna sit in the floor, stretch one leg, grab your other leg and cross it over the other and hug your knee. You will do this for 10 to 20 seconds. Or grab one of your legs and pull it as far as you can. This is a butterfly stretch. You stay still for a few seconds and then you're gonna move your legs up and down. To finish with the stretches, we're gonna do leg swings in each leg. Now, before going to the drills, we're gonna do 10 squats. After squats, you're gonna bend down, walk your arms forwards, and then walk your legs to it for 10 meters. Now we're starting the drills with 8 skips. then B-skips, and making sure you are doing all these drills for 30 meters. Then C-skips, followed by karaoke. And last we have straight leg bounce with one leg straight and running with the other. Making sure you're walking back, drinking a lot of water, and now you gotta be ready for the action. Every athlete knows that they have to take warm-up serious. In that way, your body will be ready and will help you to prevent injuries during the workout.
Never start to run without preparing your body for it. If you follow these steps, it'll save you a lot of aches and pains and potential serious injury.
If working out isn't your thing and watching movies is, stick around to join our very own Rabah Wali to look at some of his favorite holiday films.
Had a wonderful Thanksgiving and shared unforgettable moments with your family. As we are starting the best month of the year, it is time to start watching our beloved Christmas movies. And here is a selection of 3 movies that you should start off with. After a divorced dad accidentally kills a man in a Santa suit, his son and him are magically transported to the North Pole, where he has to get ready to take Santa's place before next Christmas arrives. While he thinks it's all just a dream, he soon realizes that he has a lot of work to do. This is the Santa Claus. Check it out.
Hey, you! The unthinkable happened.
You killed him.
Did not. Now, this night.
If something should happen to me, put on my suit. The reindeer will know what to do.
It's up to them.
Let's go!
To save the day. Together, Scott Kelvin and his son Charlie take on the biggest job in the world.
Looking good, Dad.
And another not-to-be-missed movie is Home Alone, which tells the story of Kevin McAllister, an 8-year-old boy whose Christmas wish to have no family might have come true after all. After his family mistakenly leave for a trip to Paris, he finds himself alone with 2 conmen, played by Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, who plan to rob the McAllister residence. Here is a look into the humorous adventure.
When the McAllister family left on their Christmas vacation,
Did we miss the flight? No, you just made it.
they forgot one small thing.
Have yourself. I have a terrible feeling. Did you lock up? Let yourself be light. Do we set the timers on the lights?
Mm-hmm. What else could we be forgetting?
Our troubles will be ours.
Kevin! The last one, you cannot watch it at home, as it has just been released. Walt Disney Animation's Frozen 2 stuffed the box office competition during Thanksgiving, generating $85 million over the weekend and a record-setting $123 million over the 5-day Thanksgiving weekend. This new episode tells the adventure of Elsa the Snow Queen and her sister Anna, joined by their friends Kristoff, Olaf and Sven, for a journey far beyond the gates of Arendelle. We know you might have seen the clips before, but you can't get enough of Frozen 2.
Far away, as north as we can go, once stood an enchanted forest.
You've seen an enchanted forest?
Yes, it was a magical place. But something went wrong. Since then, no one can get in or out.
Wow, Papa, that was epic.
Talking about Christmas, I had my Christmas present in advance and I would like to share it with you. Last weekend, I had the chance to see my favorite band playing in a nightclub in San Francisco. Called The Blaze, this French duo gives me shivers as they create an especially powerful link between sounds and imagery through the intimacies of rituals in our world. In their music video Territory, they capture the intimacy between an Algerian family and a man's homecoming after a long time away. Check it out.
We've waited for this day. We shed some tears of love now, like a desert in the rain.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Rabah Wali for your Urban Nights update. Enjoy your holidays.
Thanks, Rabah. If you think boba tea is just a passing trend, well, think again. It's just tapioca pearls with tea and maybe a little bit of sugar. But for some people, it's more than just a drink. The Asian drink has become one of the most popular drinks in the United States, and even some famous rappers have made some songs in the honor. Bubble tea has been around since the 1990s, and Eater reports that the global sales for the drink reached nearly $2 billion in 2016. And by the year 2023, its projected sales are expected to reach $3.2 billion. Now, boba tea could be very delicious and popular, but it can cause some serious damage to your body. Selena Arona Alcazar is going to tell us more about it.
I usually come like every 2 days. Sometimes I do it like 5 days a week, to be honest. I mean, it gets expensive over the time, but then at the same time it's so refreshing that I don't mind it.
Boba tea is being around in America since the 90s, and since then, people have gone crazy over it.
It's pretty much starts my day, and I come here like almost every day to get my boba tea, along with a few other places, but if I don't have this, then my day is not going to be right.
A research made in a platform called Foursquare say that between 2015 and 2019, the location of places that sells boba tea went from 884 places to 2,980 places in the country. In San Francisco, you can find boba tea in any corner. Like here, I'm standing in Kennedy and Sutter Street, where if you walk only 3 blocks from here, you will find more than 5 boba tea shops, like this one right here. This simple tea with tapioca balls made in Taiwan have become one of the most popular drinks around the world.
I love it.
But it might not be really good for your body. A study made by the Aachen University Hospital in Germany found out that tapioca pears used for boba tea drinks contain traces of polychloride, biphenyls such as acetone and bromate compounds, chemicals that can be potentially carcinogenic to humans and animals.
So there are a lot of rumors that boba isn't good for you, maybe because of what it's made out of, but I think that personally, a lot of things aren't good for you, like sugar, but I think people could just be saying that and it's not necessarily true. And a lot of people still drink it after knowing that.
You already hear it from someone who works in this field. People knows about the side effect of this drink, but the real truth is that they won't give up to the favorite drink. It's dangerous but delicious. In San Francisco, I'm Selena Arona Alcazar for Urbanus Update.
Sheesh, now I know why I never became a fan of those little bubbles.
Well, that's it for this edition of Academy of Art University Urban Nights Update. I'm Alex Golombiewski.
And I'm Ryan Gamboa. For everyone here, thanks for joining us. We'll be taking a break for the holiday season, so we'll see you back here next year. Enjoy your holidays.